Whether you're new to pool and practicing the basics, or a more experienced player performing drills to improve your shot making and positional play, the Drill Partner is perfect for you.
What is up, everybody? It is Molina Mike, and I'm riding solo today. Pinozzo's out, and I think he's in Vegas or something, man, with something with APA, or I'm not sure. Any excuse that guy will use to go to Vegas, he'll take it, and I don't blame him, especially the way that he likes to roll. Good restaurants, MV, we see you in there. I'm gonna turn on the chat. I'm excited for this show. We've been kind of like getting back to the roots a little bit and getting more players on, which I always enjoy doing. I always love hearing good stories and just kind of, especially like this time of year, whenever guys are just grinding and working hard and it goes and pays off. So let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me and see me all right. Like I said, it's just no mic, but I got a pretty good guest on that I'm pumped to bring out. So yeah, it should be a good show. I'm excited, and I think I'm gonna try to do another one. If not tonight, then tomorrow with Pancake, and then we're gonna just kind of go over like the gambling side of the Mosconi Cup, and we're going to negotiate a decent sized bet on there too. So, yeah, it should be a lot of fun. But Vegas is the capital of the world. Second is Bucharest. Well, I'm staying the fuck away from Bucharest. That's for sure, then, buddy. Actually, I want to go to that pool room, man. I hear it's real nice. Anyhow, I'm gonna bring in my man Pijus. He's back at home. I'm assuming, right? Back in Lithuania. How are you, man?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Good, very good. Yeah, back home, back practicing, back into the rhythm. Feeling
What
good. Yeah, all good.
what's been the last like 6 weeks for you been like after the whirlwind that was the Hanoi Open victory for you?
It's been 6 weeks. No, it's been like
No. I mean like just
four
in
weeks.
general, like eight,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, somewhere around there.
So yeah, it was Philippines Open just right after, and after Philippines Open, it was just 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks until now. So not much actually between after Hanoi. I actually brought my girlfriend in Hanoi and she saw the whole thing and stuff, and we planned to do a 2 week holiday after. But the only I think chance for me to get to the Mosconi was winning the Hanoi, and then I said to her I'm gonna go to Philippines if I win the Hanoi Open, and then I won the Hanoi Open, and she was kind of happy and not happy at the same time. But yeah, of course she was happy, you know. But
Yeah,
then we
yeah.
had 1 week holiday and we went to Philippines. So yeah, and after that, flew back home. Just 1 week of rest, well needed rest after 40 days on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
And then yeah, and now back on practice table. Super pumped to for the Mosconi. I want to be ready for for whatever Mosconi is gonna bring. It's gonna be crazy, but I want to be as ready as possible. So yeah.
What what was your like expectation like prior to Hanoi? Like were you just taking it as another tournament, or for you was it, I want to win this thing to make Mosconi, or like where were you realistically at going into that event, like mentally?
I didn't even think a lot about Mosconi, because the only chance was to winning it. So it's not big possibility. It's always possible, but it's low
Right.
percentage. I never won a major, I was just underdog to win it. But yeah, it was. I think the conditions took my mind a little bit off it because the conditions were so awful. The first
I
day
heard it
we
was
had
brutal. Yeah.
the first day we had a flood, so it was not going to start the first day. So it was starting the second day, and then the arena was super humid, super hot. So every day you just try to get used to the table as much as possible. You just try to just I don't know survive in there,
Yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah.
survive in there. And every day was difficult. Every day was difficult, and maybe that helped me a little bit to take the mind off the Mosconi thing, the winning a major thing. I was just
Does
just
that
playing,
ever
and
like
then
cross your mind, Pius, or is it always just like tournament for tournament and just kind of because I mean like you've had success, you've been in finals of Derby City before, like things like that. So it's not like you haven't been in the last day, but like, how do you not let that kind of like just get bigger and bigger in your ear and in your head?
what do you mean,
As
Mosconi or winning a
Yeah,
major?
yeah, Mosconi,
Mosconi? Yeah, as I said, I didn't have energy to think about it. It's always in your head, But as I said, it's tough to explain, it's really tough to explain. I think that it was the condition thing because it was so
Yeah,
tough in there. I just didn't have my mind on there. My mind was all into the game, all into how to survive one more rack. And I
Yeah.
think that helped a lot. And the other thing I told you, my girlfriend was there, I think from last 32, she came in. And yeah, that helped a lot, to have a person always in your corner to
Yeah.
rely
Yeah.
on when there is like, I don't know, 1,000 to 2,000 people watching live and screaming. You just need to rely on one person, you don't need to
Yeah.
look anywhere else. She's
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
she's there for me.
Or you,
So
or in some
it
in
was
some cases, you
pretty
better not look
special.
anywhere else, my man. You know what I mean? Because you don't want
Yeah, I know. I know.
to. No, but
You're right.
tell me how the experience was like in general, because that's a wild tournament. A lot of fans, especially playing the last 2 days, it kind of gets thick in there as far as the atmosphere. Like, had you experienced anything like that before, or kind of been in any kind of atmosphere like that prior to?
Not really. I knew how is the atmosphere because of the previous years and there, but I never played like in that stage, in that like in semifinals and last 16 when there is like a one big crowd around there. So it was pretty tough. I mean, pretty not tough, but pretty special and a little bit. I don't want to say shaky, but a little bit like unusual for me. But then
Why do you say that?
after, was that?
I said, why do you say that?
I mean, I'm not so sure because I don't think you get that crowd anywhere else, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
As I said it a few times, like every good shot you make, you can hear it, and every shot you miss, you can hear it, but you can hear it loud. And I'm
yeah,
probably gonna experience that in Mosconi, but I've never been there. So it was pretty special, but on the last day I started enjoying it. It was just nice. It was just nice feeling. And also overall, I didn't have a easy tournament. I had really tough last
I was
16
going to ask
match with
that.
the.
What was the draw for you like in the last like 32, 16, that range?
I think last 32, I had Taiwanese player, a good Taiwanese player. I played a good match. Last 64, I had a Vietnamese player. So I played decent matches, but from last 16 onwards, I had all the tough matches. I was playing good and bad, and then the conditions were bad and good, and everything
Yeah,
went,
yeah.
all around the place. I was missing 8 balls, 9 balls, and then I think with Faron, the last 16, I missed the 8 ball, and then I missed the 8 ball and the 9 ball, and then he missed the 9 ball, and then I win the match. But I missed three chances to win the match, so it could have gone either way. But all those small things helps. So yeah, it was my tournament this time. But yeah, you just have to keep grinding, and if you win those tough matches, it gets a little bit easier or not, but at least you get a chance.
Who did you play in like eight and then semifinal?
Yeah, eight, I played Beato. It was a
Okay, so
tough
that's
match
so
with
that's
Carlo.
that's a tough
Yeah,
match. Not. I mean, listen, Raymond's a monster, but he hasn't been around in a little bit, But
yeah, sure.
beating Carlo in center stage in a major, that's no easy task. What were you thinking going into that match in particular?
We both didn't have a good match. We both missed a lot of balls. And it seemed like he was struggling with the conditions. After I saw his post, he said he was struggling with the lightning, with the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was, we both struggle with different things. And then, yeah, I win hill hill, and then I had a tough out on a hill hill also. So
Yeah, you
that
did. I
was a
remember
big
that one.
relief. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a big relief, and I think that was a little bit step up from my previous tournaments. Where I keep losing in the semifinals and stuff with a lot of pressure. I just managed to, keep my shot routine, breathe and stuff. I managed to bring all of this into one game. So I think was the match I was happy about. And then, whatever happens, happens next. So I just
Well, and
kept
then
on
what
going.
Well, then what happened is you played like a man possessed in the final, and I know it was against a good buddy of yours in Moritz, but you seemed to like take another step in your like confidence in the way you were just executing, despite the fact that it was difficult conditions.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, I think, the only match I played good in last 16, one of four matches, When it needed, I played good. Yeah. It was, I can't remember a lot, but I remember I had a good run from like 4-4 or something till ten
Yeah.
four, and then I made one or two mistakes, and then he made one or two mistakes, and it always happens. Race to 13 is a long set. You can't play without mistakes. You have to just take what you get. But I felt good. I felt comfortable, and that's all you want to feel in a stage like that. and not not it's not always like that.
What did your girlfriend tell you after you won?
Not a lot. I mean, she was also really under a lot of pressure,
I
because
can
it
imagine.
was actually her first matchroom tournament she watched live.
Yeah,
So she was never with me in any matchroom event, and it was the first one. So task is clear. She's
that's
gonna
a
be
little
my
tough
spouse.
because you're getting thrown. You're kind of just getting thrown out to the wolves, and at that point,
Yeah. I know.
So
Then yeah, she was happy, of course, and happy and excited, and she knew I'm probably gonna make the Mosconi Cup. So we're both really excited, but also tired, because it was such an exhausting week. So didn't even have time to party, nothing. Just rested all the next day, and poof, and yeah, just
when
that's it.
like were you just like enjoying the fact you won a major, or like was it kind of at the same time you realized like I think I made the Mosconi Cup too at the same time?
It was tough, I didn't realize anything until like 4 days prior, 4 days after.
Really?
It was yeah, it was like a dream, really. It was like tough to how do you say, tough to put in my mind that I did both of those things in just one day, both
Yeah,
things in one day, win a major and made a Mosconi Cup. But I knew it's gonna be not easy to accept the thing and stuff, because it's nice feeling, but you also have to, it's a responsibility to win a tournament and to make Mosconi Cup, and it's all the fans riding you and stuff. It's Yeah, it was tough. I mean, it was not easy to accept, but it's a nice feeling. And yeah, maybe 1 week after, just everything came back to normal. And in Philippines, I felt just playing my game again. It was
yeah.
not that I came to Philippines with I came with a lot of confidence, but it wasn't that I felt more responsibility to do good. I was just feeling super good on my game. That's it. So that's how I want to feel, and I managed to do that. So yeah, interesting,
Along with
roller coaster feelings.
I can imagine, man, and that's kind of
Yeah.
like that's kind of the what the beauty is of the WNT tour, right? Because it's like if you do go on a run and you do go and earn your way, and especially picking up a major, and plus it's different in Hanoi, with the atmosphere in the crowd, like you're gonna you're gonna receive more respect than no disrespect, but like a UK Open or whatever, you know what I mean, where the atmosphere may not be as intense. So I mean, there was like a lot of pressure, and then I'm sure realizing the fact that you made the team as well, it's like that prize money goes up too a little bit, so which is awesome. As far as what you ended up picking up. So
Yeah, I was not 100% making a team yet after winning the
yeah, I
Hanoi.
think
It was like
but somebody else should. I think it was Jonas could have still won, right? And
no, it was
Lucia,
not Jonas. Like if Claudio and Josh would have come to Philippines,
Philippines.
then
Yeah,
they both would have a chance to kick me out. But because they both didn't come when I came to Philippines, I immediately knew I made a team.
yeah,
So yeah, but before that, yeah, I was kind of sure, it was like 90-95%, because it should have
yeah,
been perfect tournament for both of them.
yeah.
But it's still a chance. So you're excited, but not too excited about it.
Did you think you'd be in that spot to like earn your way on to because the European team is, I mean, outside of like now the tough Asian team, but like European team historically has always been just a brutal, fraternity to get into.
Yeah. No, I basically I pretty much I didn't think I had a chance. I mean, going to Vietnam overall, I wasn't feeling good on my technique. I wasn't feeling good overall. I was like, man, I'm gonna maybe do good in those tournaments, but I wasn't feeling I'm super ready for this and blah blah blah. But
Yeah,
something changed a little bit in Perry Open. I actually changed a little bit of my technique, and just something clicked, and then I was like, okay, I can play pretty good now. And then it's the winning a tournament. Just so many things have to go your way. It's not about feeling good, or it's not about making no
yeah.
mistakes. It has to go your way all around. So I knew I had a chance, but it is what it is. If I win, I make it. But it was a really small chance. You know that
Yeah.
it was a really small chance, but I made
You
it. So you know,
would
I'm
would the
here.
year would the year have been like a success or a failure if you didn't make it? Like, does that weigh on you at all after a season?
Yeah, I think it's a success. I feel like improving every year a little aspects of my game, and I feel like I improved mentally. I improved a lot through this year. So anyway, it's a success. Of course, Mosconi Cup is a bigger motivation and bigger, how do you say, approval of
Yeah, yeah.
success of the year. But
It's more validation, I'd
yeah,
imagine.
yeah. But anyway, my game doesn't change if I make Mosconi or not. I'm still on the
Yeah, yeah.
same spot. I'm still on the same spot mentally and on my technique and stuff. So yeah, the year overall was a success. I was playing good, and you know, yeah, yeah,
Along with picking up a major during that trip, you also picked up a nickname I saw over the course of that
yeah.
trip. And I see there in the
Mixed
chat from.
feeling with
I
the
was gonna ask
nickname,
you,
but
like, how do you feel about it? Because like, it's not, if you like, you didn't pick up like the ninja assassin or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it
yeah,
was.
the
So what do you
sniper, the Terminator, and
something,
then I
right?
got I, I got
You got
a
Labubu.
I got a freaking Labubu. Yeah, I know, but it's sometimes it's maybe it's even better when somebody brings up the name, and it was
Yeah, yeah.
Vietnamese fans doing it for a few years already, and I was,
Oh, is that right?
it's not, yeah, it's been a few years already, and I've been like, yeah, it's nice. I'm gonna accept it and stuff. I bought a small Labubu on my Q case. If they see
Yeah.
me, I'm gonna show them. It's a fun
That's where
story.
I saw it, was like on somebody's reel or something, where they were interviewing you on some Vietnamese
Yeah,
page. Yeah.
yeah. I thought it's a nice thing, to it's just interaction with the fans and stuff. But yeah, after in Hanoi, it became a little bit more crazy. More and more I went deeper. More it went the nickname went crazy, and I accept it. Whatever. If it's funny, it's funny. But it has a story. It has a nice story now.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I
I don't
like
know
that
if I'm gonna
it's
keep
like,
it as my main nickname, but it's gonna be
you may
my
not have
main
a
nickname.
choice, buddy, at this point. Like, there's
Yeah,
something like
probably.
yeah, nicknames you can't, like, you can't change. They just kind of, they are you, or they are not you. And listen, I know it's not the best. I'm sure that wouldn't be your first option, but like, I'd rather do that than to try to like awkwardly give yourself a nickname and then it doesn't go and stick. So,
Yeah, I
um,
totally agree that it's sometimes it's really strange to give yourself a nickname, and
yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
like, "Oh, now you have to call me like that." It's a little strange. But when somebody just calls you the nickname they thought of, and then you're like, "Okay," and then it becomes more and more crazy because they tell their friends and their friends, I call him that and that, and then it becomes like a
it just
big,
catches like
big.
wildfire. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So
yes.
you can't slow it down, and you can't stop it. Milo Bell in the chat's going over your Hanoi Open victory, and also playing Robbie. Robbie was sitting on all cylinders too. I
Oh
forgot
yeah,
about
I played
that match.
Robbie in a semis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So you
Robbie
had a
in a
ton of,
semis.
like, real quality matches. But the last time that I remember seeing you in a final was filler at the Derby. Talk to me about that, because that was a different animal in and of itself. You guys are playing at a awkward hour, and
Mm.
of course you're playing filler. I remember, I think you forced second set because he still had a buyback left. Do you remember that event at all?
Oh yeah, I do. I do. I
Yeah,
don't think I can forget that event. It was probably the craziest event of my life,
yeah,
for sure. Yeah, yeah. I dogged that one. I should have won. Yeah, I dogged the six ball in Hill. But I mean, yeah, it's different. I couldn't remember how I felt. I couldn't remember nothing. It was just one big grind. Just surviving. Just try not to sleep. It was crazy. It was different. Yeah, I can't say I was 100% or whatever on that one, but it's also a little bit of maybe about my fundamentals also, because when you're so tired, you just have to rely on it. You have no choice. Just have to
yeah.
go on, go for it, and that's it. So it was, yeah. I mean, it was different,
Was
but
was that
way different.
was that an easy, like, I guess no loss is going to be easy, especially for like a competitor like you and traveling around, all the pressure and all that. But like, how how difficult, I guess, was it to let go of that loss and that miss against Josh at Derby City?
Pretty easy because of all the tiredness that day, that day or a few
Just
days
worn out.
after. It was pretty easy, I was just going
Yeah,
straight to bed. That's it. Straight to the hotel, straight to bed, and I had a flight next day. Of course, after was, watching back that shot, I just couldn't believe, and stuff. But you just have to understand I mean, it was a crazy conditions playing for 20 something hours, 26 or 30 hours, and
something stupid. Yeah,
anything,
yeah,
yeah, anything could have happened. So I'm just happy, I pulled that off. I think it was like 7-1 down and just pulled off Hill. But again, I think I was still not ready mentally, to win something like that, to win against
Yeah.
big player. As strange as it sounds, I feel like, some players are ready sooner, and I need to take some more time to get ready to win the big ones. So I feel like I was ready in Hanoi, and I snapped it off. In the final, I wasn't backing off. I was just
Yeah,
ready.
dude.
That's it.
You seemed like, just like I mentioned earlier, a different kind of confidence, different level of execution. I've seen plenty of big players, where they're, even whenever they're up and coming, it's like they can go and show a lot of cracks on an environment like that, and you kind of fit right in like a glove, man, where you seem like you belonged and you executed at a high level. Like, if you can describe, what did it feel like when you finally made that winning nine ball in Hanoi? Like, what was?
It's pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. I had like the thing I can remember now was jumping on the table, and I have like a very I like very nice group in my country, like a music group,
Yeah,
and you can have a song, the walk on song, and they also
yeah.
play that song once you make a winning nine ball.
Is that
I was
right?
on the
What was the
table,
song?
and that's I don't know.
Yeah,
It was a yeah local group, and my language song we definitely don't know, but I'm gonna send it
yeah,
to you. It's a pretty nice song. And I jumped on the table and I can hear that song coming. It was like a goosebumps, and the feeling was pretty crazy. I still,
yeah.
when I talk about it, I still have a goosebumps. So it felt pretty amazing. And
I'm
also,
getting goosebumps just hearing about it, man.
yeah, yeah, and also, I never showed emotions before, and for some reason in this tournament, from last 16, every match I win, I felt like I have to let it go, because it was so much on it. I experienced so much, I had to let it go. And then after, I just didn't know what's going on with me. When I make the eight ball, I'm starting celebrating. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah,
I would have never done it. If I missed the nine ball, fucking, I'm like a clown there.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I felt crazy. Something adrenaline was kicking like yeah.
Was it
So
was it like a dream come true? Would you say?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah, I would
Yeah,
say. But of course, the dream is World Nine Ball for me.
yeah.
If you talk about that, but I mean, it was one of the dreams. First step to a big dream.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's always I guess it's so easy to get like sucked into that vacuum, but like all these things are part of the process, right? Like even dogging it to filler in the finals, right? Mentally prepared you for being able to execute and now this final. Then who knows what this final is going to go and prepare you for going forward, And somebody mentioned earlier, as far as your break, like you've had a solid break for the last, 2+ years. So I mean, if mentally you're hitting on all cylinders, and then you got that solid break in your back pocket, I mean, the sky is the limit for you, man.
Yeah, the break was working good. Yeah, I feel like the deeper you go in the tournament overall, the better your break gets. And I figured that with my game on like UK Open and European Open. The deeper I go, my break is better and better. So the final was just dialed in. It was everything was working, and especially I had a chance to play. With Carlo, I played on the TV table, then Robbie, and then with Morris. So two matches, I had a chance to figure out a break, and yeah, it was working. So I feel like it's also a big thing. More you play, the better you get used to the table and the break also.
All right, so now you're going into Ali Pali, right? Which is just crazy. I mean, the amount of history there, the amount of talented Europeans that have been there, and won a Mosconi Cup. What's your nerves like? What's your preparation like? How are you feeling going into next month?
Yeah, I mean preparation is probably the same as always. Just practicing on my fundamentals a little bit, just playing. Because I can't do much different when I'm not with the team yet. So
Yeah,
I'm just doing my thing now. But then on 20th, we're going to Scotland for 5 days, the whole team. We're going to spend 5 days in Glasgow, in McGoldrick's, just practicing together. And then we're going to go to London for 1 week. So yeah, I'm super looking forward to it. It's a crazy good team also. Of course, we have two rookies, me and Morris, so it's going to be different. But if you look at the level overall of the team, uh, it's pretty good, and I'm really happy. Also, Josh is there back there. Really happy for that. He, Jason, David. I mean, all the experienced players. I mean,
yeah.
they're gonna take good care of me and Moritz. I hope so.
How do you? I'd say so. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they got a pretty good track record of doing so. That's for sure. Like in terms of Scotland, how did that conversation come about? P.S. Who initiated it, and how willing was the rest of the team to kind of get on board to go invest into that trip?
Yeah, so it was Jason overall, he's the captain, the playing captain. So he asked all of us if we don't mind just going a few days in there, just get it dialed in, just spend some more time together, get to know each other better. We know each other, but
Yeah,
not like likewise in playing doubles and spending more time together, understanding each other, more shots, more everything. And yeah, he was mostly the initiator of all of this thing, but yeah, all the team went along with it, of course. I mean, would be strange if somebody say, "No, I'm gonna play this." The only thing was, we just have to skip the international open.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, but I mean, for me, this is the like more important thing for sure. Of course, I want to play international, but it's gonna be next year also, and who knows if I'm gonna make next year the Mosconi team. So
yeah, yeah. No, I listen. As it's kind of like, listen, you don't want to be that guy to say no, that's for sure. But one of the things that like I love about the Europeans is like you guys all buy into the process. Like, and that's something that I've taken away from talking with many players over many teams over many years, and even captains for that matter. Like, there's just a certain level of expectation, even though you guys are big favorites over the Americans. It's like you don't take it for granted. You go out there and do all the preparation. Talk to me about, given the fact that you've had success, PS, in individually, right? Like how open and willing, or what's the mental aspect got to change like to be able to receive feedback from those guys who have all been out there on that stage, and Josh and David and Jason.
what do you mean about it? What do you mean,
Like
like mental?
even though you've been, listen, you just come off a major win, right? So like how
Yeah.
how easy or difficult is it going to be to take feedback as far as your game, or maybe selection or your break or whatever, from those guys who haven't won recently, I should say. you know
I mean, it's gonna be same thing. I'm a rookie there, you know.
yeah,
I feel like it's a different animal there, you know. Anyway, Josh is. I feel like he's the best player in the team. Anyways, I see Josh as the best player in the world, and yeah, Jason, David, they're all experienced players. Even Morris, if he has a good, good talk, we are good friends, so it's not gonna be difficult at all, you know. I have my own style, I have my own game, so I feel like we just need to understand each other, what all of the players in the team needs, you know. Maybe one player just needs to be told some things, more things or less things, you know. So I think these 2 weeks is going to be all about understanding each other, like how to communicate during the doubles, how to communicate during the tournament overall,
yeah.
and it's not going to be more about understanding the game. You know, we all know how to play, and we basically choose pretty much the same patterns. But it's just going to be understanding each other. You know, when to talk, when not to talk, and it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be fun, and not, yeah, I don't think it's going to be difficult. I'm a rookie, so you know.
Well, like I'm glad you mentioned like when to talk, when not to talk, because that was something like for me when I was watching Moritz in the rest of the world. That was a big, I don't want to say issue, but it was certainly glaring. Like seeing the amount of communication between him and Federer during their doubles match. Did you get to watch any of the Reyes Cup at all? And like, how is your instincts as far as like when to speak up or when to just fall back in line?
I didn't watch much actually. I watched a little bit of it. I was on holidays in Vietnam for a few weeks, so I watched just the highlights and stuff. But I
Yeah,
heard this issue about talking, talking too much or not too much. But I think the issue was that they didn't have time also to prepare. You know, it was
yeah, yeah.
just straight
That's fair.
after, just
Yeah, yeah.
you playing, and in 2 days we're going to Manila. So and also, it's Federer, and then again it's Moritz, and then Sky. So the concept is strange also. I
Yeah,
heard Johan was talking about this, but I
yeah.
agree with this idea that now you play as a teammates, and then in 2 months you have to play as a rivals. That's kind of strange, you know. It's
Yeah.
I don't know if you have, like, in Europe, like, we're more friends than coming to the rest of the world with Americans. So
Yeah.
it's strange. It's really strange, and yeah, I don't. I just think they didn't have enough time to prepare for it. I feel like if they would
It's a
have
fair
the time,
take.
like, yeah, 2 or 3 weeks, it would have been better result. I'm not sure if they would have won, but would have been a better fight. I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think like that's always been part of the issue. Like that transition from that event, even though it's still like in its infancy, it's like and last year was even worse. Last year was like no time at all. It was like, end of the final, hop on a plane, press conference the next day, and then the event started like another day or two later. Like it was no time at all. And so for
But
those guys,
was the team set last year before Hanoi or no?
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure yes. I don't remember that if there was any question, it might have been one. Pinozo probably knows this better than I do, but for the most part, I think it was all pretty much locked up. But it was just weird. I mean, like it's not.
Yeah, because now before it was who? I think it was Federer, Sky, and Jason. And then after Hanoi, they pick Fran, and in the middle of the Hanoi, they pick Moritz.
Yeah, yeah,
So basically, it's really strange, And then now you're gonna play there, so get prepared. Like how I'm gonna get prepared? I know, like it's
yeah.
it's it's strange, right? It's nice to play. I want to play, but it's so different. I'm just gonna do my best, but in a doubles match and spending time with the team, it's probably strange. I can't say how it feels in there, but I think it's you need more time for that.
Who would you say stylistically you'd partner up with good amongst those five guys, like for
So I
doubles?
mean, for doubles.
Yeah, yeah,
I feel like it's always good with Jason because it feels like he has this good energy to help you also,
yeah.
like to make you feel good on that stage because he knows all about it. But I feel pretty much all of them. I mean, Morris, we spend a lot of time together, so probably we would
You,
be
I
like,
can I can probably let you know right now. You probably ain't going to team up with Moritz. There's a small
yeah,
possibility of two
yeah. But you
women
asked me,
out there.
I know.
No, no, no. I know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Yeah,
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 yeah. But I mean, all of them, all of them. I feel like Jason is a really like a good team guy. So it would be. I think it's a good. Yeah, it would be a nice thing to team up with him. He would calm you if you're too stressed or bump you and whatever. But yeah, all of them. I mean, Josh is whatever. He'll play good anywhere and help you also. And David is a good team guy also. Been there, what, 7 times already? Now seventh time. So
yeah. He's never going to go away. That guy. He's always around and knocking on the door and
yeah,
super consistent. Especially
yeah. I
there,
mean,
his
this
winning
season is
percentage
playing
out there
wonderful. So
is unreal. And that well, you mentioned that it's like all of you. I mean, all of you guys are playing well. Like even though Josh and Jason may have more experience on that stage, and I agree with you as far as Josh being the best player in the world, but like it's like you three guys, David, Moritz, and yourself are just coming off of major wins. Like that's what you want. So you want to have as much momentum and confidence and positivity as you can go and ask for. And so but like how are you ready for like all the online stuff, all the media stuff, all the everything's under a microscope. Every shot's going to be talked about, every decision, all these things. Like, have you thought about that at all? Because it's a different kind of animal out there.
I don't think I'm gonna involve in a lot of media stuff while I'm there. Just try
Yeah,
to, you know, be away from that, and I think that's gonna help a little bit. Yeah, because everybody's gonna talk all the time, so
yeah, yeah,
I think it's not gonna distract too much. Of course, a little bit you're gonna see this and that, but I mean it's been already a few years when you're starting to do a little better. People start to talk and blah blah blah, and
yeah,
it's gonna be a different animal, but yeah, I think it's not gonna be an issue. We'll see. We'll see. It's tough to say anything because when you're a rookie,
yeah.
you're just going
Because you
there
don't
as
know. Yeah,
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 you don't know anything.
yeah.
Maybe the press conference is gonna be nice also. We'll see.
You mentioned Johan before. What's he been like as far as helping you develop as a player and just in general, like being able to grow and focus on fundamentals and execution and all these things?
Yeah, I mean it's been a process. It's been a process. When did we start work? I'm so bad with dates. Last year, probably March, so it's been 1.5 year, I would say so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been a process because it's not only about that he's gonna teach you something and you're just gonna go with it. He just wants to know me as a player and what can he help me with the mentality or with whatever, and then I have to know him. And when you find that connection, then you can learn from each other. It's not that just I'm gonna take a theory from him, and I'm gonna learn from that. It's just about knowing each other and trusting each other. So I think the last year we just had this good connection. We started talking more. We started understanding each other more. And then I think when I started picking up a good and better things from him. So I think that's where something's clicked.
I mean, I'd say so. It's showing in results. It's showing in year-end performance. It's showing on like every single metric you can ask for. I mean, you mentioned your difficulty as far as getting to the final in Hanoi. Now you're making the Mosconi Cup. Like I'd say you're doing pretty good, man.
Yeah, it's been all right. It's been a
Yeah,
good.
it's been all right. It's been okay.
It's been all right. Yeah.
So after the Mosconi Cup, are you going to be able to like breathe a little bit and go enjoy with the girlfriend and just like take it all in?
Yeah. There's no plans. I'm still thinking maybe going Jacksonville in what is this, the 16 in
Oh,
Predator
December. Yeah,
event,
yeah.
but not sure. I don't think I'm going, but I'm still on the plans. And after that, yeah, I don't think there is much going on until the end of the year. And I'm pretty happy because I need this breathing here a little bit because now coming back also you have to dial in, practice again, and I mean it's not that I don't like it, but would be nice just to relax for a month now also, and just to
What
maybe put your thoughts in the perspective, and for the next season, what do you want? And because now you just have to keep going, and you just can't uh, calm down and put everything in perspective. So yeah, December
uh,
is going to be easier
look, I'm super.
after the Mosconi. I mean,
Yeah. After that little guy. No, look, I'm real happy for you, man. You're an easy guy to go and root for, and it's just great seeing success that's earned like that, and to go about it the hard way. And it's such a tough road to go and get on that stage. And I don't know if you ever thought you would, but it's crazy. Like you're there, or you're not there, but you're gonna be there in a couple more weeks, And so, um, massive congratulations. I saw a post the other day. P.S. You still have openings for sponsorship for the Mosconi Cup, and how can people get a hold of you if they want to buy into that?
yeah, I still have a few spots on my shirt, and yeah, I think I have only a few days because they're making shirts. But yeah, if your company or you want to reach out to me, just to reach out to my Facebook page or my Facebook profile. Just hit me a message there, and yeah, I mean, yeah, that's it.
What? Give me a score line for the Mosconi Cup.
I see a lot of 11-5s in the comments, so I'll take 11-5.
I'm hoping for Europe. Me too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
of course
So,
for Europe. Hey, come on, man. Really,
hey,
I would
wait,
do my team like that now.
no. I know. Hey, something just popped in my head, so I want to ask you one more question, then I'll get you out of here.
Yeah.
Do you have like any thoughts or opinions as far as when you want to be thrown out there for your singles match? Like, would you want to just get out of the way at the beginning? Do you want to? Are you just going to see what the other guys say, or how are you feeling in terms of that?
I will just have to talk, with the guys. What's the, how they feel is the best to do because we are two rookies. So they'll
Yeah,
have to figure out two ways to put
it's a
us
good
to
point.
singles. But probably I would like to play, first maybe a double match. Of course, you play a team match. Maybe first a double match just to get used to a little bit and then get up there. But whatever team decides, I'll go with it. Maybe I'm gonna feel good after the team match already and just play straight in the singles match next day or the first day. We'll see. But I'm ready. Whatever it takes, I'm ready.
I love the attitude. I love the confidence, man. You're like I said, you're a great guy to root for. So continue working hard, and I'll be rooting for you out there in Alley Pally, man. Thanks so much
Thanks, man.
for coming on, PS, and we'll talk to you.